Talking with Ron Hebert of the computer repair shop in Goode and Moneta. Ron is the official computer tech of Katy Country. Ron, you built our servers here, and they're working fantastic. How are you today?
Great. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing just fine. Ron, tell us about the computer repair shop. What do you do
Oh
there?
well, we repair computers. We design and build new computers. Obviously, you have some of them. Upgrades. Pretty much anything to do with the computer. Networking for the homes and for small businesses.
Well, Ron, not only are you an expert computer tech, you're also an actor. Tell us about that.
I'm a pretender more than an actor. They asked me to pretend to be somebody else, and I tried.
You are playing the lead in the Sweetbriar College production of Shakespeare's Richard III. Well, how'd that come about?
The director approached me and asked me if I was interested. We sat down and had some lunch and discussed what he was looking for, and got prepared. Went in there and did it.
Well, Ron, some pretty famous actors over the years have played the role of Richard III. Laurence
Oh,
Olivier, Ian McKellen, Al Pacino. Have you seen any of these performances? And if so, how are they going to impact your performance?
I've seen all of them at some point in time. I try before we go in for rehearsals or even before an audition, I try to avoid watching what anyone else has done and just read the raw script the way that Shakespeare wrote it, just to get an idea of myself, of who the character is and what time period we're working in and who the person is, as opposed to getting drawn into someone else's character. I want to make him my own. The director told me he was looking for someone who was going to be a sociopath, more or less. Uh, I actually went and started watching some documentaries on Ted Bundy and a couple of other serial killers of that nature, and just tried to get into their heads and figure out who they were and what their motivations were and why.
And the choice behind World War One as the backdrop for this play, do you know why that decision was made?
Well, McKellen had just done World War II, so. But we could keep the British aristocracy going as far as the wartime period was concerned, because there is a large battle at the end, and he wanted the wartime period, so we went with a little bit more modern, and that's one of the beautiful things about Shakespeare. I mean, the way he wrote, the way he knew human nature, even the play being 500 plus years old, the human nature hasn't changed.
Well, you know the old cliche of the high school student going in to read Shakespeare, finding it very boring and just wanting to get out of class. Why do you think that Shakespeare is still relevant for today?
Well, just that human nature, I don't think really has changed at all throughout history. I think more technology has changed more than people have. So we can still understand where these people are coming from, the emotion, their motivations. A lot of things really haven't changed at all.
Well, you know, Ron, I used to be one of those high schoolers who would find Shakespeare really boring. That changed when I saw Shakespeare being performed live, also being performed on TV. That's the key. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. On television, I was just watching a program the other day, actually, Shatner's The Captains, about Star Trek, and Avery Brooks touched on that. That on television, you're watching the actors, and because of the cameras and the close-ups and whatnot, you're looking into their eyes and you're figuring out what's going on in their minds through their eyes. Whereas on stage, you're watching the whole body.
Performances of Shakespeare's King Richard III at Sweetbriar College are going to be on October 19th and 20th, the 24th and the 25th. Tickets on sale, just $10 at lynchburgtickets.com. Tell us, Ron, why should we come out and see this performance?
It's a great performance. It's a great show. It's a great story. It's one of the best as far as I'm concerned. A lot of murder, mystery, intrigue. There's a war. A lot of effects we're going to have in this show as well. The effects aren't the show. The language is the show. But there's a lot of fun for everybody. And I think we have a great troupe of actors as well who really know what they're saying, which is key. The actors know what they're saying, then the audience knows what they're saying and what they're feeling. And they really come across really, really well.
Well, Ron, thank you so much for talking with me this morning. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our listeners?
Come out and see the show.
Come out and see the show. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Ron.